Right, okay, so we are back with the latest update. I'm still in Westminster outside Downing Street in Parliament. I don't know if you guys saw the thumbnail. Just met the Boris Johnson lookalike. He's like a lefty weirdo. I took a selfie with it, so I'll put it on the thumbnail. We have a big update. I'm just gonna wait for a few people to actually join the live stream. Hopefully you can hear me. Basically, I've been talking to our sources on Whitehall for the past couple of hours, and we are now hearing that Boris Johnson, well, first things first, Her Majesty the Queen is now back in London, well, technically Windsor. From Sandringham, she's moved back to Windsor, so that's the sign. Boris Johnson has ruled out a snap election, so technically, if he keeps his word, he's not going to call a snap election. But the Queen has been asked to come back, which means only one thing, that he's probably going to go and resign. But it's probably not going to be tonight. He might brief the press and media that he might be going, but because it's getting too late now. We might actually have it tomorrow, late morning or early afternoon, where he would make an announcement from outside number 10 Downing Street. But we have the biggest update. Steve Baker, the Conservative MP and the leading rebel in the party, has been talking to the Westminster, the lobby, the hacks, and he's said that he's actually considering to run for the leadership of the Conservative Party in a leadership challenge against Boris Johnson. We have the 1922 committee who have now confirmed the executive election on Monday. So we have 5 days to go for that to happen, but that really doesn't really stop. That wouldn't really stop Boris Johnson from resigning. He's still technically inside number 10, meeting with individual ministers, cabinet ministers who are meeting with him. It literally reminds us of the 1990 when Margaret Thatcher was meeting up with individual ministers in her office, and they were telling her, it's time to go, Maggie. Priti Patel, the majority of them are now turning against him, including the ones who he appointed last night. Sorry about that. Nadine Zahawi, who's now the new Chancellor, has now already turned against him, asking him to resign. Michelle Donnellan, the new Education Secretary, has told him to resign. Priti Patel, as I said, and many others. The only few loyalists that we have left for Boris Johnson is Nadine Dorries and a couple of a handful of people. So the latest update again is that he's been told to resign. He has ruled out a snap election. The Queen is now back in the south, and Steve Baker is considering to run for the leadership of the Conservative Party. So it's all coming together. But to be fair, if he doesn't resign, if he decides to refuse to resign or whatever, then they will drag him out by Monday. The 1922 committee will have the election. They did say, I don't know if you guys obviously watched the previous update or on social media, 1922 committee said earlier that we are not going to change the rules tonight. They didn't. Then afterwards they explained it's because we have been reassured that he's going to resign anyway. That's why they basically decided not to change the rules tonight. So clearly that means that they've been told that number 10 said that the PM will resign tonight or tomorrow. But if it doesn't happen, if he doesn't resign, which a lot of people still don't believe that he will resign, is then by Monday they will basically drag him out. There's a lot of speculations right now in Westminster here. A lot of people say, well, what is the alternative? Who do we have? Again, apart from Steve Baker, who's considering to run, there are a number of people who are preparing their campaigns already. Sajid Javid is one of them. Not really sure that a lot of Tory members will be happy with Sajid Javid launching a leadership campaign before anybody else, because clearly he was already part of the team anyway. I think if this cabinet goes down, the majority of the cabinet members who are part of the team, their reputation will be damaged. So I don't think they will have the credibility to actually stand as a candidate to become Tory leader. We have a lot of police officers. There are police cars everywhere. We still have a big group of lefties protesting outside number 10. I just walked away from it, but there was a big group of Ukrainian protesters outside number 10 as well. I don't know why Ukrainians are protesting, considering that this government, this country, are leading the movement to support their president. So I'm not really sure why they're outside in Westminster doing a bit of a protest for no reason. It's not like that Boris Johnson is ignoring Zelensky. They're besties. So, but it is that's kind of the situation. I did see Nadine Dorries earlier just going inside number 10, and she said that she's definitely going to tell Boris to continue the fight. I mean, why? It makes no sense, because, as I said earlier, it doesn't matter who started it. It doesn't matter if it was a witch hunt from the media or the left or whoever. The battle already happened, and the battle has been lost. You kind of have to be logical at this point. If he doesn't have the command of the parliament, but also his own party, then you can't really. What are you going to do? You're going to expel all the MPs and then replace them with new MPs? It doesn't really work that way. So at this point, it doesn't really matter if it was a coup or if it was a witch hunt. You know, he's lost. And then number 10 Downing Street, I saw a few number 10 staffers who were crying. I don't know why they were crying, but they were all being so emotional, saying that they are just sick and tired, and they just want him to go. Even his own staffers, the actual individual advisors, are saying that tonight the mood inside number 10 is grim, and they don't really want to work for him anymore. Thank you so much for Code Monkey for your super chat. Code Monkey says thank you so much for your courage. Also, I'm out of breath because I've been walking a lot. Still walking around Westminster, waiting for some sort of announcement. Yeah, Boris is still, as I said, is still in his office in number 10, meeting with individual ministers one by one to get their vibe, to see if he has the backing of his own cabinet or not. It's unlikely that he's going to have enough numbers. They are actually running out of MPs in Parliament who could replace those roles. The people who resigned as ministers and PPSs and Secretary of State, they don't really have enough numbers anymore. Out of the 600, they have fewer than 100 who are now backing the Prime Minister. So this is the latest update that we now have for you guys. I'm just quickly going that way because I'm going to be on GB News at 9:20. Yeah, 9:20 p.m. I will be on GB News. Oh, there we go. What's happening here? I think I've lost you guys. There we go. We're back. What's happening? There we go. Hopefully you got me now. There we go. Signal's back. Yes, I'm going to be on GB News for a bit. I'm going to end. Signal's not great here. I'm going to end it. I'm going to get home, do the GB News, and give you another latest update later on. Thank you so much for your patience and for your support. We're going to come back. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.